Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to do a 3-day juice cleanse. I know that juicing can seem really intimidating if you've never done it before, or it might seem like it's gonna be really hard. But in this video, I'm gonna share with you how to start a juice cleanse, what to drink on a juice cleanse, give you some good ideas for how to get through, how to stop juicing, and how a 3-day juice cleanse is a great way to reboot your system. Of course, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so talk to your doctor beforehand if you're wary about it. I'm just going to share with you the things that I've done. For me, doing small bouts of juice cleanses or concentrated cleanses is great. I think our body needs the opportunity to detoxify and have a break so it can really work on problems besides just digesting our food. If you feel tired really often, or if you're a snacker all day long, or you feel like you're just constantly eating from morning till night, your body can be spending up to 40 to 80% of its energy just on digestion alone. So it's good to give your body a break periodically. And I'm not saying go fast for the rest of your life and never have solid food again. I would never want to do that, and I definitely wouldn't suggest that to anybody else. It's not healthy to do. So doing these little bouts is gonna help you reboot, re-energize, and just feel really good. It's the perfect time because I just got off of a juice cleanse with my good friend Jess.
I want to start tomorrow. I don't want to put off.
I'll just maybe Marco Polo you like all the ingredients that I'm gonna have, and then we can just kind of go from there.
Well, I'm looking forward to doing this juice stuff.
Me too. It'll be great.
Let me do it with you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's nice to have somebody like just have some accountability towards and just be like, how are you doing? Are you hungry? I'm hungry.
She approached me and she was like, hey, I want to do a juice cleanse. Do you want to do it with me? And I was like, absolutely. And I think that's a great way to stay accountable if you have somebody to do it with. I normally never have anybody to do a cleanse with. I just really am passionate about detoxification and cleansing, and it's something that I'm always really interested in. There's an idea. If you don't want to do it alone, do it with a friend or with your husband or with somebody that you know. And there's lots of different ways that you can modify or decide that you want to go on some kind of detox or cleanse. I've planned on doing with Jess is doing juices throughout the day, majority vegetables, some fruit juices, and then at night having a big salad for dinner. For me, that's extremely doable, and I totally recommend it if it's something that you've never done before but you want to give a shot. Or if you want to ramp it up, you can have just juice this whole time, this whole 3 days. It's really up to you in deciding what you feel is attainable and sustainable for you for the days that you're cleansing. Why 3 days? I think 3 days is a great way to reboot your system. It's a great way to start seeing weight loss occur, seeing a brightening in your skin. When you're getting all these nutrients straight into your blood system, you're gonna feel energized. Even though you're not eating a lot, if you continue to have tons of juice, you're getting all these like condensed amount of nutrients into your system, and your body has a break from digesting, but it gets to repair at the same time, so your energy level goes up. You feel more clear. That's what I love about cleansing the most. Like, you're mentally sharp and you're clear, and it's such a wonderful way to feel. Sometimes it just feels like in your regular life you could totally be like, but when you're on a juice cleanse or you clean up your diet, you all of a sudden are sharp as a tack. And I absolutely love that about juice cleansing. So why juice over a smoothie? Smoothies aren't bad. I have a video on juices versus smoothies. Both of them are great. I have both of them every single day. But with juice, there's no fiber to process. So you don't even have to worry about digesting the fiber. You're just getting the straight nutrients to your system. You're getting rid of toxins, and you're having pounds upon pounds of vegetables and fruits every day, probably way more than you would be getting in a normal daily situation with your regular diet. I always recommend using organic fruits and vegetables because you don't want to juice any of the pesticides or chemicals that are sprayed onto the fruits and vegetables, because then that's just getting into your system. And there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can buy juices from, like, if you have like a local juicery, I think that would be the name of it, juicery, in your town, you could get the juices pre-made. If you have a juicer by yourself, this is the way that I recommend doing it. It's gonna be cheaper this way. You can make the juices at home. Like my friend Jess, she wants to make her juices all the night before because she has 2 young children and she doesn't have time to be juicing throughout the day.
It's easier for me to do my juicing the night before. And then just make it all for the following day.
So she has a cold press juicer, so she makes all of her juice the night before and then drinks it throughout the day. I like to personally juice as I go. Sometimes I like to have the same juice a couple times in a row, but sometimes I want to mix it up. And I feel like when you're juice cleansing, you gotta go with your gut. If you feel like you just want to go straight cucumber juice for the first few juices and then you want to switch it up, do it. I have a couple of go-to recipes that I really love to juice, and of course I'm going to share those with you. And I mix those up throughout the 3 days. And I just want to say, a juice cleanse is not a time to starve yourself in the slightest. When you're hungry, drink the juice. When you're thirsty, drink juice. Have lots of water as well. What you're doing is flushing toxins out out, and so you need a lot of liquid. I recommend having a juice every at least 2 to 3 hours, and I have large juices. I'm like not starving here. I have probably like 3 or 4 32-ounce juices. I really like to make sure I'm getting in my greens and my vegetables, but I also really like to have fruit juice too. And if you're not eating anything else, if you're just having juice and salad like in the case that I am, you're gonna be eating fairly low calorie anyways, so it's okay to have straight fruit juice occasionally as well. If you feel tired or irritable or hungry, it could be a little bit of a detoxification symptoms, but it could just be that you're not drinking enough juice, so make sure that you're drinking juice every 2 to 3 hours. I still recommend exercising, just maybe not as heavily as you would if you were, having a full amount of food. I'm really active, I love to be active, so it's not something that I stop when I do a juice cleanse. I like to do things like bounce on the rebounder. That is really my favorite form of cardio. I can fit it in at about 10 to 15 minutes at a time. Sometimes I only get 15 minutes in a day, and that's enough. I like to go outside and walk and hike if the weather's nice, and that's really the forms of cardio that I do on a regular basis. But rebounding or any kind of pounding or up and down, if you think of that motion on a trampoline, that really gets your lymphatic system moving and it helps your body release toxins. And so it's a great thing to continue to do while you are juicing. I also like to do Pilates, and I do the Tracy Anderson method as well. So I just continue to do those things, but you have to listen to your body when it comes to exercise while you're on a juice cleanse. You don't want to overdo it, but you do want to do something just to get your body moving. It's so important. And now I just want to address two things: getting into the fast and coming out of the fast. A lot of people, when they know that they're going to not be eating for a while, they tend to like have that last meal of like everything and give me the junk food. That's probably not the best way to start it out. I would say for your dinner before you start a juice cleanse or a juice/raw food cleanse or whatever it is you're gonna do, have something fairly healthy. Have it be something that fills you up and that you feel satisfied with, but it's not reaching for like a burger and fries. It's more like some rice and some beans and a large salad and maybe some sliced fruit. And the same thing goes with breaking the fast. You're gonna feel like you just want to eat everything. Lay off me, I'm starving. But you're gonna need to just control yourself. And the best way that I've researched and how I feel best to break a fast is to make sure that I have lots of juicy fruit in the morning. So things like grapefruits or oranges or grapes or strawberries, melons, any kind of fruit like that. Have that first thing in the morning, and then have it, frequently throughout the mornings. And then if you still feel hungry, you can maybe have a smoothie. And then by the time lunch comes around, you can do a big salad with some more fruit. And when dinner comes around, then again, have a balanced, healthy, vegan meal. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you're already vegan. And if you're not vegan, I would just at least suggest keeping that day after you do your cleanse completely vegan and then slowly transition out. Just eat clean after your cleanse. You want to use this as a boost for your health, not just like a slingshot back to go ahead and binge. And another thing that you can research and see if it's right for you. I think it's right for everyone, so that's why I'm talking about it, but you may think it's a little too extreme as well. Another thing you could do is a water enema or do colonic hydrotherapy. Those things are really going to help get toxins out of your body. I'm a huge fan of both. I don't talk about it a lot on the channel because I'm not like an expert in water enemas or colonic hydrotherapy, but I have read a ton of stuff on it, and it is something that I like to do regularly. I think it makes a big difference in overall health. So that is what I typically do to do a short cleanse. I love short cleanses because I feel like they kind of get me back in motion, get me motivated, get me realizing how good I feel when I have nutrients just flooding into my system, and kind of just puts me back on focus and in line. So I hope it does the same for you. If you try it out, do let me know down below, or message me or contact me on Instagram. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, of course, leave them down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Happy cleansing!